So, good evening, everyone. I am so delighted that you showed up tonight to spend some time with Nurse Blue, as we will be talking about a really interesting topic in health. And as we're getting ready to celebrate another new year, guys, can you believe that we're almost at the end of the year? Is this not crazy? I just can't believe it. Chat is disabled. Okay. I don't know how to do that, Fred, but I see the question and answer here. So you guys can type in the question and answer because I can see it. Okay. All right. But I'm absolutely amazed that, guys, we have just a few more weeks and 2022 is going to be out of here. So we have to start talking about 2023, right? And I want to be the first one to put it out there. So we're going to have a really great topic around health and wellness. And I'm going to give you guys a focus, all right? So for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the Wakanda Nation. My name is Latrice Levitt, but I am affectionately named Nurse Blue. So before I talk to you about a great topic that I'm extremely passionate about, I want to first introduce you to this fabulous company that is absolutely changing the game in health that I'm so proud to be a part of. I'm also part of the medical board that's led by Dr. Rita J. McGuire. Yes. So you'll be learning more about that as I jump into the presentation, but welcome to Wakanda, the crown jewel of CBD. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just explain to you what we represent. And I'm so proud that I'm a part of a company that represents the pillars of living your best life, right? So you need optimal health. You need that if you're going to live your best life, okay? You need wealth because wealth gives you a number of choices. So if you have great health and you have resources of wealth, you win it, okay? As well as freedom. And that's what and there's levels to the freedom game, okay? But we represent the freedom pillar as well as legacy. So we are not going to have this problem tonight with our technology, guys. You know, Nurse Blue always, we're not doing this. We're going to just use this. Okay, all right. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself, okay? I am definitely an ambassador of the flat belly lifestyle. Okay, but Nurse Blue is America's soul health and wellness coach. I'm self-appointed. America needed a soul health. I just realized I spelled that wrong. Sorry, guys. Got to get that right. But America needs a soul health and wellness coach, and I decided I wanted to be that. I am a proud lifer. What is that, guys? I absolutely love life. I do. And in the work that I do, I consider myself a spiritual activist. Which means I believe in the best in the human spirit. And because I am a nurse, I'm always looking for a way to heal the conditions of the world. So I'm a proud mom. I'm a health and wellness expert. I am your live your best life coach because I am of the belief that when you live your best life, if all of us were doing it, guess what? The world would be changed. All right. I am about bringing heaven on earth, because I refuse to live in hell, okay? So that's what I'm about. I'm the CEO of Blue Light Coaching and Consulting, LLC, and my purpose is to help, as I just mentioned, is to help create heaven on earth. How do we do that? We raise the vibration of our souls. That's what I'm here to talk to you about, okay? So before I jump into my subject matter, let me share with you a little bit about what's bringing us all together, this wonderful company, Wakanda. Now, Wakanda is more than just a company. Guys, we are a movement, and we are a movement that has been shaking the ground ever since we started, okay? So because we exist to help end the negative stigma that has caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits, excuse me, of the cannabis plant, okay? Now, here's the bottom line. We are that catalyst that's stirring this movement to inspire people to now walk confidently into the legal space in this industry as entrepreneurs, as formulators, as investors, evoking the courage and the strength of people to take back their health, their wealth, their legacy, and their freedom. Okay, so we are standing on those principles. Right now, the company is a force to be reckoned with because of our founders. So let me quickly introduce you to our founders. Dr. Rita J. McGuire is the leader of our Wakana. We're making some major changes in 2023 that we'll be hearing about, but of our medical board. And Dr. McGuire has been practicing medicine in the area of, she's an obstetrician gynecologist. She's been doing this for well over 30 years. And she's helped to deliver over 9,000 babies, guys. I mean, every time I say that, it amazes me. She's like she's the first person that sees the baby. She's done it over 9,000 times, right? She's a leading endocrinologist, as well as a cannabis expert in the state of Illinois. And before Illinois had become a legal state for cannabis, Dr. Rita J. McGuire had been invited several times down to the Illinois legislature to share the benefits of this plant with the governing body. And so she's been changing lives, introducing us to wellness solutions in this area. And, you know, many lives have been improved as a result of her efforts. Standing next to her is Dr. Patricia Van Pelt. Dr. Pelt is a Illinois state senator. She has represented the wealth pillar for our company. She is an incredible woman. And what I mean by she represents the wealth pillar, ladies and gentlemen, many people have ceilings within them as it relates to wealth. And so what Dr. Pelt does is she challenges us to break those glass ceilings so that we can really access wealth from our mindset and develop our businesses for those of us who have joined this Wakana movement in that way, help us really achieve massive success with a new mindset. Standing next to her is the CEO of our company, Miss Melissa Boston. She is a force to be reckoned with. She has been breaking records since her early 30s when she actually fired her boss. She retired from a great paying job in corporate America at age 30. And since then, she's led teams in over 40 countries. She has been the EVP of 3 different companies. And now she's leading her own cannabis company along with these ladies. And, you know, because of her efforts, a lot of lives are being changed all over the world. She's positioning us to become $1 billion company. And we have really broken quite a few records during a pandemic, you know, so we're extremely happy to support her vision. And standing next to her is Miss Phyllis Nash, which is actually, Phyllis introduced me to Wakana. So our relationship goes back over 20 years. I knew her as an entrepreneur when she was actually a developer in Chicago. She's always been a wonderful, successful entrepreneur with a big heart. Here, she's our chief sales officer, and she represents freedom for us. So as the midwife of the company, she helped us to birth our dreams into great possibilities. You know, however people want to become involved with Wakana, she's there to support us. Okay, all right, so that's the team. Here, I'm a part of this wonderful advisory board. We are the superheroes of wellness. It's actually led by, as I mentioned before, Dr. Rita J. McGuire, and there are a number of other physicians, nurses, healers, medical practitioners in various disciplines that are introducing Wakana to some alternative wellness solutions for a variety of conditions, right? So, guys, let's jump right in here and talk about the Farm Bill. Now, we had a 2014 Farm Bill and a 2018. Now, one of the goals of the 2014 Farm Bill was to generate and protect research into hemp. Okay, now under the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp is treated like other agricultural commodities in many ways. And this is important because while there are provisions that heavily regulate hemp, this legislation makes hemp a mainstream crop, right? Which means it makes it possible for us to now become a part of one of the leading business industries in the world. Now, who would have thought in our lifetime that we would see cannabis go from illegal to now essential? But ladies and gentlemen, I know you know this. It is booming. It is absolutely booming. I just read today that Sean Puffy Combs just bought $1 billion, you know, deal in the cannabis company. So it's amazing. Now, they're estimating that in just not even 2 years, okay, because we're at the end of 2022 now, right? But in 2024, it's going to skyrocket to a $20 billion industry. That's what's being predicted. What I love about Wakana is that we're not just in the CBD industry, guys. Our products, we're able now to offer people solutions in the weight loss industry. That's a $288 billion industry. The wellness and immune industry, guys, $3.4 trillion. We know that's essential. Essential oils, which is $20 billion. Skincare, 190. Of course, we're also in the hair care industry for people who are looking for wellness solutions in hair. We offer them, and that's an $87 billion industry. So as an entrepreneur, if you're looking for something that is going to have staying power, that are in essential industries that preserve health, guys, hey, kind of might be what you're looking for. Now, I don't want to be presumptuous, so let me explain to you, for those of you who may not know what CBD is, it's called cannabidiol. That's the compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp, and out of more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to delta-9 type tetrahydrocannabinol. Okay, that's called, most people refer to it as marijuana, or they have some nicknames around it. I'm sure you've heard of it, weed or the chronic. In the laboratory, we call it the THC. Okay, so unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic. Okay, so THC marijuana, people, you know, feel a little lucid in their thoughts, may have some side effects called the munchies, you know. In other words, THC, you will experience a high. CBD is the health without the high. Okay, so that's the difference. So they're cousins, they just have two different properties. All right, now, what I love about our products is that Wakana products are fully compliant with the State Department of Agriculture, and they're grown in accordance with Section 7606 of the 2018 U.S. Farm Bill. So ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely important that whatever's going into your body, it is safe. You know, I mean, there are a lot of products out here now with CBD. Not all CBD is the same, ladies and gentlemen. What I love about our products at Wakana, first of all, they're organic. You don't have to worry about fungus or pesticides or, you know, anything that can be harmful to your system. What I also love about Wakana, they've taken a step further where we can give you a certificate of analysis on every product we have so that you know what's going into your body. All of our products are third-party tested. So, you know, there are a lot of companies out here. You want to work with a company that invests in high premium quality products, and Wakana is that company. Now, for those of you who may not know the difference between THC and CBD, let me explain this again. Okay, so THC, that's also known as marijuana, weed, whatever your nickname is for it, the chronic, my grandmother used to call it reefer. I'm sure some of you all probably referred to it as that as well back in the day. Well, THC has a psychoactive effects, and it stimulates receptors in the brain's pleasure center. And here's how it does it. It releases higher than normal levels of dopamine. Okay, so in doing so, that's what creates the high. Okay, so the difference in terms of CBD is it's non-intoxicating. It stimulates receptors in the brain that regulate pain. So how many of you may experience some kind of inflammation related to maybe arthritis or gout? Okay, so it may help with that. Fibromyalgia, anxiety, you know, it's a very, you guys live on planet Earth, you know what we're living in right now. You know, many people are suffering from stress, anxiety, depression, what have you. CBD has been known to relieve the symptoms of anxiety, nausea, much more. And medical applications include anti-inflammatory. So for those of you who may have an autoimmune deficiency, it has helped to relieve symptoms of that as well, such as psoriasis. That's what I was diagnosed with many years ago. Guys, I'm off my medication, okay? I was taking, I used to take Stelara, Humira, you name it, anything that was along the lines of helping to suppress the immune system so that my body would not be triggered. That's what I was taking. And thanks to Wakana, not taking it any longer. Okay, so if you're looking for a solution, we might be the solution. I would like to ask you, I'm going to turn off my my personal video right now. And I'm going to ask you to pay attention to this video because this here is absolutely incredible. Okay, here we go.
Hello, my name is Dr. David Allen. I'm a retired cardiac surgeon and a member of the International Cannabinoid Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid research scientist. And I'm here to tell you about the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and the significance and how it will change medicine. And we discovered the endocannabinoid system about 30 years ago, and we really didn't understand the significance of its discovery. And so we found out that this is a chemical communication that your body has. It's not electrical, it's chemical, and it's kind of like the hormone systems that people are familiar with. And your body makes these cannabinoids. They're endogenous, so they're endocannabinoids, and they perform some miraculous functions in the body. And we're just learning the significance of these functions. And basically, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for homeostasis. Most people don't understand what that really means, but it's the body's ability to maintain itself and function in the proper environment. And so it's critically important that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand this new science. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. And I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So more people will be saved by manipulation of the endocannabinoid system than are currently saved by... Hello, my name is Dr. David.
So what he was saying, I moved a little bit too quickly, but more people are going to be saved by the manipulation of this system than any other system in the body. Guys, have you ever heard of the endocannabinoid system? Well, I hope I'm not the first to have introduced you to it, but if I am the first, I want to say Merry Christmas, because that's the best gift that I can give you, and you'll learn in just a few minutes why, okay? Now, again, I want you to take a look at this chart. These are different cannabinoids here. You have, of course, the ones we've been talking about, THC and CBD. These are some other cannabinoids that are in some of our products because we do have broad spectrum, but we're just gonna broad spectrum products, but I'm only gonna focus on THC and CBD, okay? So with THC, guys, you see, it helps to reduce pain, which we talked about, reduce nausea and vomiting, improves muscle spasms. But look at the wonder plant here, CBD. CBD has so many benefits. And for those of you who may be struggling with pain, you know, stomach is sometimes upset. Maybe you're experiencing some type of nausea or, you know, vomiting. Hopefully that's not the case, but CBD does help in that area. It helps to increase bone growth, has may have some anti-tumor properties. I'm a living witness that it improves psoriasis, guys. I mean, when I was pregnant with my daughter, 60% of my body was covered with psoriasis scales. So I'm a living witness that it helps with that. It might help to reduce seizures, slow bacteria growth, relieve anxiety, benefit your nervous system, okay? So that's your brain and spinal cord. You need all of that. Benefits arteries. Okay, that's your cardiovascular system. Benefits, it has reduces inflammation, improves muscle spasms, may have some properties to improve with psychosis. I mean, it's remarkable, you know. And this system here, guys, I went to school for nursing, and I will tell you that once I found out about the endocannabinoid system, I was excited and at the same time deeply concerned, because I learned about every other system in the body. You know, I mean, the immune system, the digestive system, respiratory system, lymphatic system. I mean, all of the systems, but no one taught me about the endocannabinoid system as a nurse, right? And then after talking to Dr. Rita and other doctors, it just has not been taught in our medical system. I am hoping that we include it in the medical books extremely soon, because here's why. This is why the system matters to you. First of all, this is the chief operating system of your body. Let me just make it clear. This is the system that actually controls your soul, okay? The soul actually controls this system, because this system here determines how you do life. This is your live your best life system. And here's the bottom line. When it's out of balance, you're going to have a problem, Houston, okay? When it's in balance, you live in your best life. So all of these receptors that you see here, they're in all your vital organs. And to keep this system in balance, you need cannabinoids. Now, you were born with cannabinoids, right? You actually received it from your mother's milk. But as you walk on earth, which this planet here is going to come with some trauma, some pain, some situations, some frustration, some life matters that's going to throw this system out of balance, and you're going to need some help. And that is why you are here, because Wakana has products to help you balance out this system. Isn't that beautiful? That now you know about it, okay? Here are some of the products. I'm absolutely proud to be a part of a company that offers solutions to the endocannabinoid system. And because we are a cannabis company, we have products that also have THC, which is the legal limit, less than 0.3%, and some without THC. So if you have a situation where you employed to a company that may be a problem, if you have THC in your system, then you want to stay with our pure products. So anything that says power has a legal amount of THC. The others that have pure do not. Okay, so we have products in just about every major category that I talked about before. We have weight loss products, immune products, hair products, essential oil products, skincare, CBD. The CBD products that we do have, they come in tinctures, gummies. We also have vape smokables. We have flour. Pain cream is our #1 product. So for those of you who are looking for relief with pain, inflammation, pain cream is a great topical to use. We also have Dr. Rita's Hemp MD. That's what I use for my psoriasis. And that has been extremely great for me. I have not had any flare-ups. Guys, the power gummies, it's the best sleep. If you have any sleep or anxiety problems, honey, for sleep, sex, and inflammation, you need the power gummies. Now, as I told you before, if in fact you have a problem with having any THC in your system, pure gummies are just as effective. For those of you who like to live in your imagination a little bit, Flight Delta 8 that's great for creativity. If you would like to increase your libido, guys, the King of the Jungles are great as well. As I mentioned before, we have the vapes and we have pre-rolls, if that is your preference for how you would like to include cannabis in your life. Also, we have healthy hair products, which I absolutely love, our hemp-powered hair. We go through a lot of changes in life, hormonal changes that may impact your hair. So this is a really great way to keep your hair strong and your scalp healthy. We also have a beard and scalp oil for the men. This is our Saving Our Strands hair care system. We have a full system in place to support, in that area. For guys, if you like to include our seasonings in your kitchen and certainly enhance your culinary experience, we have some great products to choose from. We have our Flower King. We have our, is that the chili lime? Oh, I love the chili lime. For those of you who would like to bake, you can include it in our baking products. And we also have the water soluble. So, you know, if you like to use your tincture on a regular basis, maybe you don't want to take it under the tongue, guys. Maybe perhaps you want to put it in your smoothies or in your beverages or your adult beverages. We also have the vegan butter. So we have quite a few, and we also have the Delta 8 oil as well, which is really tasty. We have a lot of great options for those of you who are into essential oils. I mean, we have great oils. I love the peppermint oil. I use it all the time throughout my home. I use the black seed oil, if the tea tree oil, lemon oil. I mean, you definitely want essential oil to be a part of your medicine cabinet. If you are interested in improving your sexual wellness, we have it. All of our products are infused with CBD and blended with pure ingredients. So what I love about it is that we have the King of the Jungle gummies, okay? That helps to enhance libido. We have the G-Spot Lube, the scent of seduction, the body butters. I mean, it's just really great products, guys. Now, as we move into the second part of our presentation, I want to talk to you about something that I think is going to be absolutely revolutionary. And we always start our presentations with this particular quote because I think it's so meaningful for the time that we're living in right now. And this quote was by a brilliant man, Mr. Thomas Edison. I think we really need to be appreciative of him because, well, if you turn on your lights, this is the man that made that possible, right? So the doctor of the future, as he said, will give no medicine, but will interest his patient in the care of the human frame, in the diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease. This is the time that we're living in. So outside of being an inventor, he must have also knew how to see way into the future. That was a prophetic message there. All right, so I always start all my presentations right from this space, guys, because I am here to expand your mind, right? So this is my favorite quote. Oliver Wendell Holmes said it. It says, "A man's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns back to its original dimension." So whatever you were thinking about health before you got here, by the time you leave here, I want you to expand that view. Every time you expand that view, guess what? You are learning. Every time you learn something different, you are emancipating yourself in some way. That's called empowerment, okay? So going into 2023, this is what I want to be the first one to help you embrace this new concept, okay? A new me in 2023, okay? That is what we're doing in 2023. I'm inviting you to join me and becoming a new me in 2023. And how are we going to do this? With soul health. That is the final frontier for us, guys. I shared this with a girlfriend of mine today. This is the final shackle that humanity needs to break. Soul health, okay? So I'm inviting people to take the blue pill like Nurse Blue. Take the blue pill. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Now, this is what this is about. I mean, it's just time for us to upgrade our wellness strategy. And guys, it's about creating balance. The reason why so many people are sick out here in this world is because we have a system that currently treats the symptoms and we need to go to the source, right? And part of what we really need to do is balance the soul, right? Balance the soul. The mind, the body, and the soul needs to come into alignment. So that's what this whole thing is about. Now, I am about helping you to create the life that you deserve, but you have to prioritize soul health to get there. Soul health and wellness. And don't feel bad if you never heard of it, because it's not new information, but we're coming back to the wisdom of the ages. And that's what soul health is all about. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I told you before, I'm a spiritual activist, right? So I believe in the best of the human spirit. Human beings are like my flowers. And what do we do if we have a garden? A garden needs water. It needs sunlight. That's my energy. And then information to help us grow and become the most beautiful flowers on planet Earth. So I'm excited to share information with you because I've lived it. I've lived from a place of a broken soul. And that's why soul health is so important, because my energy, my life, my purpose is all about helping people understand the importance of soul health. Soul health is really you taking your health, your life into your hands, taking the responsibility to love yourself back to health. Because Iyanla is just not going to come and fix your life. And it doesn't matter what doctor's office or what nurse practitioner or whoever you may speak with, chances are they're not going to write out a prescription because you got a problem with your soul. That's not what we do. We don't learn that, right? Now, I loved myself into a flat belly lifestyle because I believe the flat belly lifestyle is the first major step in helping to bring health to the soul, because soul health is about detoxing and, come into a place where all is well in your soul. So I was able to release 40 plus years of toxins that was, really developing as belly fat. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it's here on this screen. So let me mention it again. Why is this in the middle of okay, I don't know why that was there. But anyway, I have a bachelor's of science degree in nursing from Hampton. So I am a nurse, 20 plus years of research and training in life sciences, mind, heart, and spiritual coherence. So that's kind of like soul health. So I am a nerd, and I'm extremely proud of that because I can certainly educate you about this. I use emotional abundance and spiritual technology to achieve soul health. So a lot of great modalities that I offer clients to really bring balance to the invisible organ in our life. Because if you were to go to the doctor today for a soul problem, first of all, they wouldn't know what to do, because it's not like they can do surgery. You can't open up the body and find the soul, right? But 98% of all diseases are lifestyle related. So at 98, think about this, guys. I want you to think about this. Think about everyone who you have heard about that has a disease, right? Pre-diabetic, not quite, but if you keep on, you're on your way. So whether it's diabetes, heart disease, cancer, autoimmune deficiencies, you name it, 98% of all diseases are lifestyle related. That is good and bad news. Okay. The good news is, if it's lifestyle related, change your life, you can probably reverse the disease, right? So that's why it's soul. A lot of them are in the soul area of the soul. But why that's alarming is because 98% of diseases out here can be prevented. Like, why is there so much sickness? Because we're not dealing with the source of it, right? So the soul is a part of you that you tap into, right? And I introduced this whole concept of the healing is inside of you. So you got to tap into the wellness radio, right? I call that 852 hertz, which is unconditional love. That's the source that can heal the soul. Now, what is the soul? I'm sure you've heard of it. Soul train, soul music, soul food, right? But what is the soul, right? It's your core. It's the truth of who we are. It is absolutely the truth. And it's made up of three major components. The subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is really how we live our life. That runs the show. So your mouth may be saying one thing, but your subconscious mind is saying another. And I want you to look around you, examine your life. Well, do this after this presentation. Whatever you see around you, the relationships you have, the businesses, the material things, those things were all drawn to you out of the beliefs of your subconscious mind, okay? Whether you like it or not. Beautiful thing is you can always change it, right? So the subconscious mind is very important. The second thing is the emotional body, right? So people who, if you're gonna work on healing your soul, you have to become emotional intelligent, okay? Which is not something that has been nurtured naturally in like our school system. Emotions are oftentimes ignored in life, and we must understand that that is a major part of us. So the subconscious mind, the emotional body, and the will, that's kind of like the catalyst of what you're going to do in life, what your thoughts are, how you feel about them, and what you're going to do with this information. That's called life. right? Now, there's a lot of scriptures here about the soul. So it's in that way, it's not necessarily unfamiliar. But Mark 8:36 says, for what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit its soul? That just shows you that there is nothing more important than the health of your soul. Nothing in this world is more important than that, right? Proverbs 16-24, that gives us a really great, this is some wisdom around how to take care of it. One of the things you do to take care of the soul, gracious words are like honeycomb, sweetness to the soul. You know, people like to be spoken to with love and kindness and maybe called sweetheart and honey or whatever, but those are things that bring delight to the soul. Very simple things, right? All right, so the soul always knows what to do to heal itself. It knows exactly what to do to heal itself because this is a highly organized, magnificent, incredible creation. The challenge is to silence our minds, and that's becoming harder and harder to do, especially with all of these devices and Zoom meetings and all of the distractions in our life. But we have to take time to silence the mind so the soul can repair itself. Now, I'm coming from a space of this, okay, of you understanding this. First of all, you are a multidimensional being. You are a spiritual being, which means you are a source of energy, right? So you come from an infinite source. Whatever you name it, it's up to you. Some people call that source God, the universe, Jesus, Allah, whatever your nickname. You come from a source of energy. That source of energy was directed into this human technology called a body. You are not the body, you are in the body, okay? When you come into this body, you are extremely powerful. That energy has a magnetic field, okay? And whatever you think and however you feel about it has so much power, it emits a vibration, right? And that vibration, ladies and gentlemen, is measured on a scale called frequency. Okay, so it's going to become a little bit clearer for you in just a minute. Okay, so I live my life on this frequency scale, and I'm highly suggesting that take a picture of this. You're going to be seeing more and more of this through Wakana, because this is the work that we are doing to help to raise the frequency of our lives. When you elevate the frequency of the soul, guys, look at this. When you elevate the frequency of the soul, meaning you go from a 20 all the way up to the scale, you are becoming healthier as a person. You're becoming healthier. If we did this as a community, we would be becoming healthier as a community. We are moving out of the fear-based emotions of shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear. Fear is one of the governing emotions that people are experiencing now. They're living life out of fear. That's low vibrational energy. As you go up the scale, guys, like past 250, now you're moving up the love track, okay? So when you are in this love space, guess what? You are living with more peace. You're living with more love. You're living with more joy, prosperity, right? And this is an indicator of how healthy our soul is, because I will tell you, let me just be transparent. Nurse Blue has really good energy now that she worked really hard for, because I spent a lot of my life in between the frequency of 30 and 175. No, I'll say 20 and 175, depending on what happened and what stage I was in my life. And I know majority of people, they are there, okay? So that's why I can be very honest. But when I began to deal with this, that's the unprocessed pain that was living within my soul, okay? That's emotional pain that was stored as toxins in my soul. Those toxins lower the frequency. They lowered my vibrational frequency. So having those toxins, my soul was enslaved. And I was living in a state of unworthiness. Now, you couldn't look at me and tell that, because, honey, I put on a really good show and a pretty smile, and I had enough material success on the outside to hide it, which a lot of people, unfortunately, That's what they're doing. And that's why a lot of people are suffering inside. But let me show you what I was dealing with. Let me show you who Norris Blue used to be. I lived in this emotional state of lower vibrational frequency, right? So I had a lot of fear, and that fear enslaved my soul, okay? Which means I sabotage opportunities. You know, I lived in a lot of doubt. I lived in a lot of unworthiness, right? And part of it is because, I don't know, just like many of you, I struggled growing up with emotional starvation, abandonment, not necessarily a parent leaving, but maybe a parent not being emotionally available. You know, I lived in a background where there was a lot of criticism. So I was abused by criticism. There was sibling rivalry, there was jealousy, there was abuse, you know, there was adultery within my family, which was also an abusive situation. There was a lot of judgment, controlling behavior, generational curses, sexual trauma. As I'm putting it out there and being real with you, because I know that this stuff is in a lot of different families, and a lot of us have gone through this, and we've done our best to navigate it and get through it and achieve things beyond this. But guess what? When you don't process it, a little bit of that debris lives within you. And as it does continue to pile up, it creates toxins. Those toxins eventually come to steal, kill, and destroy parts of your soul. And those toxins can show up as verbal assaults, projected negative energy. Have you ever walked into a place and the energy was so negative? Okay, and your soul is like, this ain't for me. I tell people this: frequency first. Put your frequency first, because that is so important for you to feel balanced, right? So I do not participate in abusive relationships, okay? And at the height of where I was living, unfortunately, at that time, is pride. So if I can do it and get on the other side, anybody can, right? And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because when I release my soul toxins, my health improved. Now, let me show you how powerful soul toxins are. I don't know if you guys are music lovers out here, but every one of these people on this screen, and that's my dad in the middle, Mr. Purvis Fan, the blues man. My dad died earlier this year, March 14th. He was known for, he was a radio station owner in Chicago, WVON to be exact, and crowning Aretha Franklin the Queen of Soul, done some marvelous things. But along with all of these other major, well-recognized entertainers, life was stopped short in large part because of soul toxins. Soul toxins, guys. I mean, Marvin Gaye, Nipsey Hussle, Whitney Houston, R. Kelly, Luther Vandross, Prince, Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson. Soul toxins don't care how much money you have. They don't care about where you live, who you know, what your degrees are. When you don't deal with your pain, it's coming for you, right? So it's not what you're eating, as Dr. Prince says, it's what's eating at us. So that's why I say soul pain is the final shackle. We break that, we are free. And what happens is when we don't break that, when we don't deal with soul toxins, when we are living with this kind of toxicity in our bodies, it impacts our endocannabinoid system over time. So that's why I say every woman, well, everybody really, but usually I talk to women about this, but all men are invited to come along. Every woman needs and deserves a flat belly, because one of the big indicators that there is an imbalance or there's some soul toxins that's kind of controlling the show is usually a flat belly is an indicator, okay? Now, here's one of the things that you must do when you are taking back your life from soul toxins. You can't let your tongue, because your soul is connected to your senses. You cannot let your tongue decide what you're gonna eat every day, okay? Because when your soul is not in a healthy place, it's gonna crave some sugar, some salt, some crunch, something that you don't have any business eating every day to satisfy the comforts of your soul. So number one, you have to stop saying, what do I have a taste for? And change that to, is what I'm eating doing something to me or for me? and you want more for me choices. And if you have a health condition where, you know, you are looking for a wellness solution, my suggestion would be you eat 80% of what's good for you, and 20% talk to your doctor about that. Some of you need to be on 90-10, meaning 90% was good, 10%. Some of y'all may have to be on 99-1. I don't know. But the bottom line is you got to find your balance and don't let your tongue lead you, because otherwise you're going to have this as a problem. Okay. That belly fat, you know, and these are other conditions that are sometimes lead, you know, come from the soul that lead to some really unfortunate circumstances for us. But here's our number one enemy. This is still the number one killer, stress. And where does stress come to invade your soul? Okay, so we got to do something about it, because all of the issues of life are stored in the soul. Why? Because the soul is the filter. And every filter got to be cleaned out. But who taught us how to clean out our souls, right? I mean, Beyonce sitting up here fighting for it this year, telling people, you can't break my soul. But how many souls have actually been broken and people are just living with wounds, right? Now, if we don't do something about that stress in the soul, here's how it impacts us. Number one, it's going to increase the cortisol levels in our body. When cortisol increase, baby, you're going to have a problem, because you're going to start craving junk food, sweets in particular. That's going to increase the fat in your abdomen, right? So it becomes this cycle. Then you're going to further increase the cortisol, and then you start getting exaggerated responses to stress hormones. The more stress you become, and some of us live in stress, don't know anything but chronic stress. Like our grandparents, our mothers, everybody taught us how to navigate stress rather than, you know, how to live in a state of rest and peace, right? So it just becomes a cycle. You start eating more. Your obesity starts leading to sleep apnea, high blood pressure. If you're having high blood pressure, the diabetes may be likely, you know, all kinds of issues. Now, we know that there are a lot of different causes of belly fat, but when you got a soul condition and you letting your tongue lead the way, you're going to be eating more than what you should, right? Sometimes if you're depressed, like with a soul condition, you don't feel like doing anything, right? So you're sitting more, so low activity level, meaning you probably not exercise. That means you're gonna have some fat storage. If you have some soul issues, you're probably craving some stuff like, I want to make myself feel better. So you're making some choices around sugars, fats, high fatty foods, whatever. You know, drinking too much, whatever it is to satisfy your soul, right? Or you could be, you know, if you got a real deep issue, you know, like myself, sometimes I don't eat. I forget to eat because if I'm struggling with stress or something. Stress is going to lead to some problems with belly fat if you don't do anything about it. And then, of course, less sleep. If you have less sleep, guess what? Now you're going to have a problem with your immune system potentially, because you're not supporting your body with the kind of recovery and restoration and rest that it needs in order to sustain your life. So when you are focused on your soul, your health of your soul, you need 2 vitamins, peace and joy. Okay, not joy and pain, peace and joy. And here's my acronym: plan of effective action to calm your emotions. You got to have a plan in place, because somebody's going to aggravate you, upset you, frustrate you, or trigger you, right? And sometimes, you know, just having a plan in mind of how you're going to do it will make a world of difference. So don't take deep breaths for granted, okay? The power of the breath, guys, is so incredible. It's incredible. I'm actually going to start teaching how to do proper deep breathing and all of the wonderful benefits that come from cleansing your body with the breath, okay? So that has to be a part of the regimen. Now, either you're going to learn some new stuff around soul health, or here are your options. Your toxins and your stress will probably lead you to your doctor's office, okay? If you don't do something about your problems, you probably end up with a situation where you're going to be diagnosed with a with some type of condition that's going to lead to a prescription, right? Some of you are already on prescriptions. And I say prescriptions because that can be from 1 to 12 or 13, right? If you don't do anything to change the source of what's going on in your soul, it could lead to the hospital. We don't want that to happen, right? Now, and I'm all about praying, but you know, at the end of the day, faith without works is dead, and you got to work on your soul, okay? So I'm not gonna stick, you know, these are just some examples of some bellies that come from being stressed out, guys. And we want to be more on the after workout belly. That's what we're going for. And a new me for 2023, we're going for that belly right there. So soul health requires that you become emotionally intelligent. And I know some of you guys are like, what? I never heard of that. Yeah, because what you've been taught to do with your emotions, number one, is you've been taught, many of you, that they don't matter. And to grow up, or to, you know, stuff them, or to repress them, suppress them, and all of that. And all that has done is created some problems in your soul. So you got to create peace, and peace is going to create that freedom. We're going to do something about stress. We're going to get rid of that fear. And then we're just going to choose your oxygen for your soul, more so than anything, is peace and joy. All right. So, if you don't do anything about it, guys, it leads to all these problems here, you know, and we're not about that life in 2023. And if you already have issues in these areas, then understand that the source may be very well in your soul, okay? Here's one of the major problems that's happening right now as it relates to diet, because when you are out of balance with your soul, you're eating more foods that it can impact your liver, and fatty liver is on the uprise, right? So we got to say bye to the belly. Bye, Felicia. We're not taking you. 2023, we losing you, because girl, you create too many problems for us. And I need my Wakanda family to be living their best lives and becoming the best version of themselves. So here's an acronym that I have to support you. Number one, if you want to be a new me in 2023, you got to balance your gut, okay? You have to eliminate the source of your problem in the soul, okay? Listen to your body. That next, B stands for balance your gut. E stands for eliminate the source of your soul. L stands for listen to your body. L means learn new ideas about self-care. Learn how to take care of yourself. Learn what you are made of. This is your body. This is your health. Yes, we went to school. We have been trained. We practice. But when it comes down to soul health, most people in my industry, and the industry that I am in, can't necessarily talk to you about soul health. They're going to talk to you about the problems that happen after you don't take care of your soul, okay? So learn about some new ways of self-care and say yes to loving yourself. Your soul and honoring it is a self-loving process, and it's about that flat belly lifestyle frequency. So I'm going to be talking about that and teaching a lot through here. This is the #1 program that I recommend for my clients to use when you're trying to balance out your soul, because it's all about detoxing. Here's some success stories. Bernadine, she lost 50 pounds, guys. Bernadine Kirkland, Robin Tillman, she is a nurse out of Chicagoland Market. She dropped 17 pounds. She's also on the medical board. Sylvia Covington, she's down 26 pounds. This is not just about losing weight. This is about losing waste and detoxing from all areas of your body, including your soul. Margaret looks better in her 70s than she did in her 50s, okay? All right, and she's still a beautiful woman. Okay, so this is about reversing the age. There I am, Nurse Blue. That was before my father passed, when I had my belly, and all throughout that time, and I went through the 21 day, and I lost some of my belly too. So this is what I'm about, guys. Becoming a new me in 2023 is about soul and health, soul health and wellness, right? Self-care, self-awareness. That means loving yourself. Your soul matters more than anything, particularly now. And what you're seeing out here in the world are a lot of imbalanced souls. So call a thing a thing. Fear stands for face everything and rise. Stop burying everything in the lower vibrational frequencies of your soul, okay? Here's some other things you can do. Pray without ceasing, okay? Journaling, meditation, positive affirmations, great music. I'm about to do a program in Chicago the weekend of December 10th with Wakana. It's called Blue Soul, where we're going to be talking about how to use really great music to elevate your frequency. Also, we're having another soul massage. We did that for the pajama party a couple of weeks ago. People loved it. I'm coming back to Chicago, my hometown, to help to refresh, detox, and raise awareness about soul health. So if you want to come check us out, guys, Wakana's going to be talking about this very soon. Come and check out our soul massage. It's going to take place again the weekend of December the 10th in Chicago. But this is how you're going to learn about the benefits of soul health. So it's going to help you increase the positive flow in your life, help you relieve the #1 killer, stress. It's going to help to create healthy connections with other people who are on this path, you know, where you can be in a positive, safe environment, learning about raising your vibrational frequencies. I'm going to show you guys how to learn easy ways to increase your peace, joy, self-awareness, and your mindfulness. And also, this is going to be a great environment, right? Having this experience where it's a group coaching designed to help you laugh out loud, experience love, learn the power that is within you, give you a retreat from the rest of the world so we can get ready for 2023. Here are the products I recommend for soul health. I mean, we have so many of them with Wakana, but I always believe when you're going to deal with the soul, the first thing you need to do is detox. So phase 3, it's 21 day, or you can do our 7-day as well, but 21 day is when you really want to go in. Our gummies are great as well. So again, the gummies for sex, creativity, stress, sleep. The Flat Belly Lifestyle, that's where all the information is about the Flat Belly program. And guys, as I bring it to the end, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you the importance of soul health. Let's break the final shackle, guys. We can be the first generation of people of an enslaved past that can actually be free once we decide to heal our souls. Okay, so if you want more information, take the blue pill. I'm Nurse Blue. That's my number. That's actually my text number, so you can text me there, or you can visit arealsister.com, because by the way, you also need arealsister.com to help you heal. So without further ado, I'm going to stop the screen right here. I don't know if we have anybody that has any questions. Let me see. There was a bar across the slide. Can you